folks, and welcome to Solarcabin channel. My name's Lamar. This is my dog Tazzy, my adventure dog that I take everywhere with me. And it's early spring here at the cabin, and finally the weather's cleared up enough and warmed up enough that I can start doing some work on my place and on my wagon. And some of you have seen this in some of my other videos. And I'm still working on this project. But I started thinking, because I've always got people asking me, asking for new videos, and I've done videos since 2007. I've been making videos even before Google owned YouTube. That's how long I've been making videos. Over 150 videos on my channel, and I've covered so many different subjects that sometimes I run out of ideas. I don't know what else to do videos of, other than just tell you what I'm working on for my own projects now. And this project I'm really happy with, and started on it last year, but then it got too cold and I couldn't work on it, and I ran out of materials when winter hit. But I'm ready now to get started back on this project. But I think this is an important project, even if you don't plan on building a shepherd wagon like this, which I'll show you here in a minute. Because a lot of the systems that I'm going to use are the same systems that I use in my off-grid cabin, and the same systems that I used when I first started going off-grid. So if you follow along on the progress of this shepherd wagon, you'll also learn about small solar systems, and how to heat water, and how to live a very simple and sustainable life in just a small cabin, or a camper, or a shepherd wagon like this. So that's what I'm going to be doing this year, and I'm going to start working again on this shepherd wagon. And you can follow along. I hope you will subscribe and follow, because we're going to also, once I get this going, I'm going to take it out camping in some nice places. We're going to take Tazzy here adventuring, because she loves that, and we're going to go see some nice scenery, and I'll explain how you can live a pretty sustainable life, because a lot of people may not have land. Maybe they don't want land. Maybe they want to travel. And so this is also a good, I think, video and experience for people that are looking for that kind of experience. So that's what we're hoping to do. All right, Tazzy, should we show them the wagon? Okay, folks, so this is my shepherd wagon, or camping wagon, design. Now, this is designed after a traditional shepherd wagon, but with my own style to it. And if you notice that if you've ever seen the shepherd wagon, or what they call the gypsy Vardos, they have a round roof generally, and I went with a barn-style roof instead. Now, this is my own style design, and I did it this way because I think it's a lot easier to build for people than the round roof, and it was also easier to use flat panels on, because I already had some materials, and use flat panels and aluminum roofing was easier to put on with the barn-style roof than it is with a round roof, without any of the leaking problems that a lot of Vardos have. So that's the reason I did this. Now, these shepherd wagons were really something that is part of our history. They came along from the Basque region, B-A-S-Q-U-E, and they were a region where they came over, what they call the gypsies, were sheep herders. And they brought these over when they came over to the United States, or they built them over here. And they would go up and they would herd sheep for a long time, spend maybe 2 or 3 months out in the mountains in these shepherd wagons, and lived in them while they took care of the flocks of sheep. And my grandfather and great-grandfather were sheep herders in this area, and that's where I kind of got the desire to build one of these. There's still a few of these old shepherd wagons around here that gave me ideas for how I wanted to build mine. Now, mine is built on a trailer that's about 5 foot wide by 8 foot long, and it has the solid steel side panels on it. And I got this old trailer from a guy that was using it for hauling his snowmobiles around. And he was moving and didn't need it anymore, so I got it for like $400. But I only used it a couple of times for hauling trash, and then it just was sitting in my place. And I'm like, I want to do something with that trailer. So I decided I'm going to build me a shepherd wagon. And I went and looked at some traditional ones here in town, got my own ideas for how I wanted to build it, and I just built it to fit this trailer that I already had here on my property. Now, I started building this last year, and materials got really expensive. And I don't know if you went and looked, but this is built from 1/2-inch plywood, And the half-inch plywood, at the time I bought it, I spent about $25 a sheet, and now it's almost $50 a sheet for a half-inch plywood. So, you know, it got expensive. And it also got wintertime here before I got it finished, and I ran out of money to finish the project. So this is as far as I've got on it. Now I need to finish it up so I can go camping with it. And it's just now barely getting over winter here. In fact, we're not really over winter. You can see I've got some snow on the ground. Yesterday, we had a freak snowstorm just out of nowhere. It dumped about 4 inches of snow on us in about 6 hours time, and then it all melted right off and turned all sunny again. But it's still kind of off and on weather here, so I don't want to do too much on the outside of this to pull all my materials out yet to finish it until I know for sure this weather's going to warm up. But here's what I've done so far. You can see that it's all made of half-inch plywood, 2x3 lumber framing, which I'll show you on the inside. And a lot of my materials, like I got from my cabin, I also got a lot of recycled materials for this to keep the prices down. So this door I got out of a dumpster. It's a solid wood door with a good glass window in it. And it was, of course, too big for too tall for the opening. So what I did is I cut it down. I cut it down on the sides, and I cut the bottom off. And I used the bottom to scroll an arc there for the top out of that piece of wood from the bottom, and I put it up there on the top to give me an arc to just give it some design flair, okay? A little bit of panache to make it look different. And you know, this is something that you could do, and you can add your own styles and tricks to whatever you want to do. And the trim boards here that I used are cedar fence boards, 3-inch cedar fence boards. They're like 3 inch by 6 foot long, and those work out excellent. They weather really nice. They'll turn kind of a grayish color over time, and they add to the traditional look. Now I still need to do quite a bit of trim work, not a lot, but I need to do some trim work here on the outside. I need to take those same cedar fence boards which I have, and I need to go along those edges up there. And for the roof, as you can see, I did a barn style roof. And what I'm going to do is, after I put the trim on, then I will also probably put a window in each side, and I'll show you the windows that I'm going to use to break up this flat surface here. I'm going to put a window on each side probably. And for the roofing, I used aluminum, what they call tin roofing, but it's actually made of aluminum, and it comes in like a 2 foot by 30 foot sheet, which was enough to do the entire top of this. And it worked really well. It went on really fast, and I used the screws with the lip on them to attach that right to, and that's wafer board that's underneath it, or particle board that's underneath it for the roofing. And that gives me a really nice surface to screw that down nice and tight so I don't have any leaking, and it overlaps. Each sheet overlaps the next one down, so there was no leaking. And over winter time I was concerned would I see any leaking in here, but there's not even a drop of water on the inside of this thing after winter. And it had icicles hanging off it and everything else. It had a lot of snow sitting, but the snow just melts right off that aluminum, just slides right off, so it doesn't even stay on the roof. Now, as I said, this is on like a 5x8 trailer, and I'll show you from the front of it what it looks like here. Okay, so this is from the front end, and you can see what I did is I put I got this window off of eBay, and I think I paid like $25 for it, and maybe $10 for the shutters. And it has the muntins in it. That's those little cross pieces. And it does slide up and down, and it has a screen in it. And I think it looks really good for this type of structure here. It has that old-time flavor to it. And so you can see from the side there, it has a really nice shape to it. Very much a standard, and you can call it a gypsy Vardo, or you can call it a shepherd wagon, whatever. Vardo was probably the appropriate name for them. And the sheep herders, they used to live in them year-round, you know, some places, and they would move from area to area and take their families along with them, and then they would take them up, and when they was herding sheep, that's how they made money. And the only thing I'd done with this trailer is I did put a new tire on it, and I put a tongue jack there on the front. I did put that on, that's new, because I wanted some way I can take it off the truck and leave it so it'd be stable. And so I did get a tongue jack for the front to go on there to stabilize it. And I put the window in on this end, and I'm probably going to use those same windows, but I'm going to turn them sideways, and I'm going to put a window on both sides, a window on that side and a window on the other side. You can see I need to do my trim work with this same cedar fence boards with the trim. So I'll just give you a little peek on the inside, what I'm planning here. Now I've got my supplies stored in here for right now. Because over winter I ran out of time, and so I just put all my supplies inside here. And over time I've been kind of picking up a few items that I'm going to be using in here. So that's a 12-volt fridge that I'm going to be using in here. And then there's a 100-watt solar panel up there. Here you can see the window from the inside, and I'll get up inside here. But here's my wood stove. Okay, and this is a guide gear, that good guide gear wood stove that I did the video on, and that's going to be going in here. And I've got to do a hole up through my roof or through my sidewall here. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to run that stovepipe, but that's one of the things I need to be doing, is getting this guide gear wood stove in here. And then I've got my mold trim and my cedar fence boards and everything in here. And here's a little table that I'm going to be taking along with me that sets up and folds down. But what I need to do in here is I need to build a dry sink, and that's going to be my next project. Is I'm going to build a dry sink right here, about 3 foot. Now I set this up for a single bed for just me, but there's enough room in here that you could actually put a full-size bed. And this is about 7 feet on the inside, so you can put a full-size bed in here easily. And you could actually do a bunk bed right above it. So if you had like a couple of kids and a couple of adults, they could sleep in here just fine. You could put a bunk bed right along this frame wall here. You could build it out and have another bunk bed right above it, right next to the window there. And then the adults would sleep down below it on this lower bunk. Or you could raise this bunk up like a lot of people like to do in the Vardos. They raise them up, and then they have a lot of storage underneath. You can put a table or whatever if you want. Now I like mine down lower. That way I can sit on it and have my coffee while I I can fix my coffee on my wood stove over here and sit and poke at the fire and fix my coffee and then sit on the edge of my bed while I'm having my coffee. Now this will have power in it. I will have this, that's a 100-watt solar panel there, and I've already got the battery for that, and that will run that fridge, and it will also run LED lights, and it will let me use my laptop computer and recharge my camera and my phone and other gadgets like that. So that's the plan, is that I will be able to stay off-grid in the cabin, but still have enough power to run my laptop and stuff like that, because I'm going to be doing adventure videos. Need some way to connect to the internet and do my videos and stuff like that. And I plan on taking this up. I've got a lot of little places here I can go camping to take this and show you how the Vardo works and how I'm going to live in it off-grid for a while camping, and then also do my adventure videos. So I'm going to be using my laptop and my computer and my gadgets and stuff like that. Now this is designed so that it can be insulated. I'm not sure if I'm going to insulate it this year or not. I may just go ahead and work on everything else and then insulate it maybe next year. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, materials are really expensive right now. This is made from 2x3 lumber. All of this is 2x3 lumber framing, every bit of it. And then I used 1/2-inch plywood for the exterior, and everything is glued and screwed on. I mean, this thing is tight. This thing has no movement, no wiggle whatsoever. It's built really well. I took the time to use a lot of construction adhesive and screw, and there will be additional framing. I have not put in my additional framing bar down here yet, because when I get my insulation, I want to make sure that I'm fitting it to the space that I'm using. And because I'm putting a dry sink over here, I also may want to bring the framing down farther, so that I can use that as a ledge to put my top of my sink on. Sink will probably be about 3 feet long. It'll be a dry sink, which means that it doesn't have any plumbing to it or a tank. You just fill up a sink. You basically fill up an old basin out of a bucket, and that's how you wash your dishes, just like the old sheep herders used to do. I'm trying to keep this kind of traditional, even though I'm going to be using some solar power and some other things. Now, some people always ask me, well, what about a toilet? Well, that's what this little thing over here is for. This is a Camco, and you've probably all seen these toilet bucket lid, and it just goes on a 5-gallon bucket. You put it on a 5-gallon bucket and put your garbage sack in there, or something that'll hold the moisture, and you just put that in here. And what you do is you set it outside. When you need to use it, you put it inside, you use it, and then set it back outside. And since I'll only be staying for 3 or 4 days, I'll just bring it home and dump it into my solar composting toilet when I'm done with it. And so, that's a cheap toilet right there. And I will also be using a solar shower. I have a solar shower that I'm going to be setting up in here. So I'll show you all that stuff as I go along. Once I get camping, I'll show you all how I use it and use the camper. Now, this is designed, like I said, to be insulated, and I used plywood on the sidewalls, and I used wafer board from our roofing because it was cheaper than plywood. Plywood got expensive. And 2x3 lumber. It's all framed, 2x3 lumber, all the way across. Very, very solid and sturdy. This ain't going nowhere. And the roof can be insulated with 1.5 inch foam board insulation. You can put just put it inside each of the panels, and then you can panel over that with some nice paneling if you want. You can panel over. I've got some pine board paneling I may use on the inside of this probably. So this has a lot of room for me and Tazzy or another person if they want to come stay with me. You could put a full-size bed in here. I'm probably just going to stay with a single bed because it's just going to be me and Tazzy that goes adventuring, huh? And that's my plan. So this is what I'm going to be doing over the next month or so. If the weather stays good, then I'm going to go ahead and finish this all up. So I'll get out here now. So that's my plans for this next month or so. Is I'm going to be working on this Bardo wagon, my camping wagon, and I'm going to get that done. Now, the reason, like I said, I'm showing you this is even if you're not building a shepherd wagon or something like that, the projects that I'm putting into it, the off-grid projects, the solar panels, the off-grid toilet, things like that, you can still use those in any off-grid situation. When I first moved to this property, I lived in a small 10-foot camp trailer first. And I did that for almost 2 years. I went from a small camp trailer to a larger one before I built my cabin. And so the systems that I'm going to be showing you in this shepherd wagon are a lot of the same systems that I used when I first went off-grid. And they work just fine, folks. So, there's nothing wrong with using those simple systems. And in fact, in some ways, they're better because they're a lot easier to take care of than some of the more complex composting toilet systems and things like that, and big solar panel systems and things like that. They're a whole lot less expensive for people that are just starting out off-grid. So if you follow along with this project, you'll learn about those small, simple off-grid systems is what I'm trying to say. And so I hope that will help some of you out. So if you're interested in building one of these shepherd wagons, you can go to my website, simplesolarhomesteading.com. Right at the top, you'll see a link that says Micro Cabin Plans. Click on that. It includes the plans for this and a foundation-built wagon that's not wagon, but a structure that's very similar to this, but is designed to be built on the ground for a small micro cabin. And it includes the plans for this shepherd wagon. And they're free. Anybody can go get those. And that way, if you want to build one of these or just follow along with what I'm doing on the project, you're welcome to do that. Go get you those free sets of plans. Again, that's on simplesolarhomesteading.com. Link is Micro Cabin Plans right at the top. All right, folks. Let's hope this weather gets better here because I'm really itching and anxious to get working on this project. And, it just keeps surprising me with these little snowstorms. But it will warm up here. It's starting to get nice here. Things are starting to green up. And then we can start doing some off-grid projects and doing some camping and some adventure videos. All right, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.